Hello and welcome back to the Self-Actualization in the Age of Crisis Chapter Summary Series. I'm your host, Ron Rivers, and today we're going to be discussing Chapter 3, The 8 Dignities, Education, Cooperation, Collaboration, and Analysis. So we contextualize education through the lens of a systemically actualizing society. The intent is to develop a flexible individual who possesses the access and agency necessary to direct the flow of their time experience in any given moment, essentially providing them the agency to act within the present arrangements, the vision to see beyond them, and the means to change them. Cooperating effectively has to be one of the primary purposes of education, given the changing nature of productivity and participation. Collaboration is always most effective when all of the participants possess the capacity to ideate and imagine around new ideas and kind of share and communicate those ideas effectively. Now, this type of learning also really reflects the experience of the individual youth today. Gaming, anything on the internet, communication, their standards of cooperation are deeply integrated into their personal lives. But our education institutions reflect a very hierarchical kind of way of learning and kind of interacting with each other. So there's a conflict in what comes natural, easy, and intuitively, and how they are intended to learn and kind of provide a base foundation of individual agency. I want to also emphasize that the hierarchical framework of learning, right, this single directional learning, squashes the opportunity for self-directed learning, which self-direction when we think about a systemically actualized society and individually actualized individuals is paramount to success in that future, because at the end of the day, we want to most fully be able to express our imagination in the directions of our choosing, right? That is our divinity in the moment. So learning to self-direct at a young age through education really builds a very strong foundation for a high degree of agency within their life. Now, to do this, we shift from a hierarchical model of education to a matrix style of education. So matrix learning breaks traditional lesson plans into a multi-directional approach. Teachers become less of a source of information than they do facilitators of discussion and ideation. So where hierarchical learning really prioritizes kind of a broad, kind of surface level understanding of a wide variety of topics, matrix learning prioritizes a selective depth. So it's almost like for the student, a choose your own adventure topic. It empowers students to explore their interests, but also develop the critical thinking and kind of analysis skills necessary to really evaluate an idea. And we further encourage that through the matrix learning model by considering individual events and happenings in history from the perspective of multiple individuals and groups. So let's give an example. If we were teaching the colonization of America through a variety of perspectives, we would kind of abandon our singular focus right now, which is so common, right? The only kind of talking about the colonizers, and really talking about it from the perspective of the English colonizers, the Native Americans, right? The indigenous communities. We talk about it from the perspective of the slaves who were kind of building this community and country over time. So really kind of presenting the single happening from a wide variety of perspectives. So you could imagine there might be groups. Certain groups might focus on a specific topic, ideate, kind of form a lesson plan, and then the students would then present as like a group kind of facilitation and learning. So in this way, again, the students are much more kind of self-directing in their learning, while at the same time becoming facilitators and being forced to and really taught to exchange and kind of ideate in a dialogue that kind of ends with more questions than have been answered. When we talk about the infusion of cooperation, collaboration, and analysis into our education systems, ultimately what we do is we better empower students in our youth to resist and challenge and change the past that they had no say in choosing.